Hi. If you watched yesterday's episode, then you'll know that I'm sitting here moments after a major upset. I'm just gonna send it as Kane again. Our objective is the same as yesterday's objective, which is to try and beat Hush if we can, but ultimately to just tick some stuff off of the post-it if we're able to. I'm all shaken up, man. I can't believe we lost that run. It's heartbreaking. The thing is, I've now had like a minute of separation from it. I'd already gone and taken a quick break, before that run ended, so it felt a bit indulgent to take a second break so soon after. So I'm just right back in the mix. I just, I stopped the recording, set the video to upload because I mean it needs to go up in like 5 hours. But and I just hit record again, and we're back in the mix. I just had to look over and make sure it was recording because now I live in terror that I'm either not recording audio or not recording at all. I guess. I mean, range was our problem last time. Friends till the end is fine, I guess. Oh, this is kind of funky. I didn't know it put like actual holes in the back of your head. That's kind of cool. Ow, I'm dying. So what went wrong last run? There is an answer, and I can tell you what it is. It was that I kept rushing into rooms incredibly fast and accidentally picked up 9 lives. And it took away all of the HP that we had spent all of our pills getting, and kind of put us on the back foot for the rest of the run. I mean, in the actual Hush fight, the first one where we nearly did it, he had, maybe like 5% of his HP left, and we had only taken like 1 or 2 hits, which, would have been a win had we not taken 9 lives. And then we probably could have gone on to win the rest of the run, because we were doing really well. The build was good. I just didn't quite have enough to get me through Hush without taking any damage. We had to hitless Hush, which, like, good luck with that. Good luck with that, most of the time. Like, the Lost would have been easier than that run. Anyway, I don't think it's worth dwelling on too much, but, we've done our analysis now. Stop running into rooms like a maniac, because you'll pick up items you don't want. This run, I am gonna again try and go angel deals if I can. This might have been a bad move. Anyway, ooh. Oh, this guy's kind of funky. It does nothing for me right now, but what was I saying? Oh, so I mean, what else have I got to talk about today? This is really frustrating because this is now, well, not frustrating. That's not the right word. I'm struggling a little bit because this is essentially my 3rd recording of the day, when normally I do 1 a day, and we're like 2 hours deep now, So this is a lot for me. We're gonna be 3 hours deep. I've never been that deep in. I've never been that far into the mix. Don't you dare. Okay. So I was talking a little bit about D&D. I guess I never really finished the thought because things got so out of hand on the actual run. But, essentially, to get back to where I was at yesterday, this is a new one where I have to, like, just pick up what I was talking about yesterday, basically at the beginning of the thought. But, this might be a death here. Honestly. These guys just have a tendency to jump up on me when I least expect it. To finish yesterday's thought process... Uh-oh. We've been playing D&D... Wait, does this give me Spectral or just Height? Maybe it's Height? That's kind of badass. Hold on. Whoa. I'm trying, man. I'm struggling. My brain is like fried. I don't know if you saw last episode, but things got a little out of hand. But so D&D, I've been playing Brook. He's a little halfling fighter. He's a lovely little guy. Ooh, do this. Oh, wait, what? Fuck. Okay, send it again. That's fine. It was early enough in the run that we can just run it again. I am not in good shape today, apparently. Triple shot I will take. I'm quite happy to have triple shot. But so he's a little halfling fighter, my character Brook, and he has been very quiet thus far in the game because he is like a shy, nervous character who, and his backstory is he works as a janitor at a brothel. He was kindly given the job by a woman of great renown, and has been living his life there for the time being. Ooh. And he has been thrust into adventure by this woman because she knows that it's what he's born for, deep down, but he doesn't quite believe that himself. But because he's you know, it's early on in the campaign, and I gave him a nervous disposition and so on and so forth. He's been quite quiet, and so what was needed was sort of a push in the right direction. I was talking about, in one of the previous recordings that got lost, the hero's journey, which is this circle of storytelling that I think a lot of people use, that basically just gives an outline of the beats in good storytelling. So I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but for example, these could consist of, I know the first one is the call to adventure, which is oh my god. The call to adventure, which is pretty obvious. It's just the hero is living a normal life, and then something happens that gives them a sense of direction to go and start whatever journey they're on. In this case, this would have been him being given a job to deliver this package that he had to deliver. You need to go and watch I to understand this if you haven't seen it. But which like I would urge you to do. It's really good. Sorry, my throat's going all funny again. I've been talking for 2 hours straight. I've been having to do my YouTuber voice for 2 hours straight, I should say, actually, which is an absolute nightmare. And like, I've listened back to the recordings, man. It's not even that good. I'm giving it my all out here. It doesn't even sound like a YouTuber, which is a pain. I was about to try and spectral tears those guys, but I did remember at the last second that it's a different run. I died. I can't believe it. I've died twice today. I've recorded 3 episodes already, and in 2 of them I lost, and in 1 of them I won. Guess which one I didn't record? Guess which one didn't? I don't know. Anyway, so there's the hero's journey. You get the call to adventure. You get like I think one of them is like a sacrifice or a choice must be made, something like that. And it all culminates in returning to a normal life, and then from living a normal life, or like living a life having changed, I think is actually what it is. Going back to living your life having changed as a result of the journey. I think there's also like, meet an unlikely friend or something like that. Let's do... I have no bombs. Okay. But ultimately, what happened was, so Brook has been this quiet guy, and then we got into a situation where we found this egg, this dragon egg, that called out to one of our other players, who had his wits about him and decided, hey, when a magical cursed object like calls out to you and beckons for you to touch it, you probably shouldn't. Brook, however, is not a seasoned adventurer, and so when, a magical egg beckons to him to touch it, he's kind of like, okay. I mean, I don't, like, not in like a confident fashion, but rather that just, he's not seasoned enough to be able to will himself no, you know? Or will himself not to, I guess I should say. But he touches the egg, starts hearing voices, gets all squirrely and afraid, and then, you know, laughs ensue. It's fun for all the family. Okay, this guy only zooms twice. Good to know. We have 2 black hearts, which means I think we're in kind of nice shape for an angel deal. Sorry, my throat is messed up, man. If we can bag some good angel deals, we might be able to get some serious redemption here. Like, with triple shot in tow right out of the gate, this is, like, fully redeemable. We could come back, as we did with Satan and Cain, and bag a win to make up for the pretty horrific loss that we just suffered. And then, like I talked about last episode, getting another win on Hush will... Oh god, we're so fast. We're like too fast for me, I think. It's a little too extreme. I'm glad I'm just realizing now that Mr. Mega doesn't affect other bombs, like troll bombs. That feels like the kind of sick, twisted joke that Nicholas would put in. And that is it Ed McMahon? What's his name? Ed McMillan. That's it. Ed McMillan would put in. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe I'm misjudging the guy. I feel like I simultaneously have a vision of him as being a bit of like a trickster. But I think he, from what I've seen of him, values like good game design quite highly. It's a shame we're spending 2 bombs on this, but the bed is all messed up, which means that there will not be a cruel space under here. So we keep going. I sleep. We learned that in a previous episode. Ow. That was my bad. I really didn't need to get hit there. Things to talk about today? Not many, I'll be honest. What have I been up to? I've been playing Call of Duty Warzone. It feels pretty nice to play. It's definitely nicer than a lot of the other BRs that I've played. I also played Super People recently. That thing was clunky as hell, and I hated it. Like, the movement is a lot more fluid in Warzone than it is in a lot of other... It's like a lot more fast-paced and fluid than other BRs, which is great. I like playing fast-paced shooters. Not that I'm that good at them, but they are fun to play. However, like, everything in that game is fast-paced, and by this I mean that, like, there is so much stuff going on that I can't really keep up. I'm like a bit of a boomer when I'm playing Warzone. I think we keep going. Uh-oh. I'm like a little bit of a boomer when I'm playing Warzone. Let's do this. Let's just go ahead and tick you down a tad. Maybe we can just go ahead and throw a bomb at you. Let's do this. Oh my god, that did so much more than I expected. No angel deal again. Alright, well. I'm getting scammed a little bit here, but we've been through worse. But there's just so much going on screen at any given time. It is crazy to me. The UI feels so... It feels so overloaded with information sometimes. And, you know, I'll be walking through the wilderness and I can hear like... Awooga, awooga, woo, 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 woo. It's like one of those scenes in like an old movie or cartoon where like someone thinks someone else is sexy. There's a Simpsons bit about that. It's like, he goes like... Awooga, humana, humana. He's like saying that to Homer about some woman. It's very funny. The Simpsons has some cracked out comedy. I don't know if it's still this good, but like in its prime, I feel like I and maybe a lot of other people, like not that many other people because the show is incredibly prolific, but like every time I hear about The Simpsons now, someone explains a joke that's from an old episode, and it's this really genius and incredibly niche joke that Like, no, like, I don't know who would have gotten it, you know? What was the, oh, man, the, yeah, oh, I don't know if I like this. I'll think about it, but for now, it's gonna be a no. I'm gonna take this just in case. I might also take the card. Ancient Recall, that's what I was hoping for. We'll hold out for a moment before we use that. It would be, like, I just think that Tiny Planet does more harm than good to us at the moment. You know? We've got something okay going on with the range that we have and the triple shot. I just think that getting Tiny Planet, especially if we're trying to do Hush, is like, you're asking for trouble, because I have to go and stand right next to the guy. Which is not what I'm looking to do. I will say the big fan bug that we have is like kind of trash if we're trying to do Hush. But oh well. Let's do this. Oh, you are kidding me. Come on, man. There we go. Peep is, in my opinion, the worst boss in this entire game. I absolutely despise the guy. That's fine, that's our blue heart gone. That's now a bit of one of our black hearts gone, I think. We should hit the angel deal here. Thank you very much. We have a lot of cards out. You are kidding me! Alright, this run is doomed to fail. Just FYI. This is a burner, for sure. Like, I don't really know... I don't understand this item at all. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. We got hit by the purple flame. This is... I have to win something, man. I can't just sit and lose for 2 episodes straight. That's not my style. I can't believe we got Breath of Life. This is... I'm being toyed with. 1 blue heart is enough to make me happy. We'll open the booster pack. We have this, which we don't want. We can duplicate our keys for sure. Strength, Ancient Recall, Fool, Strength. Okay, we leave. This is a nightmare. This is an actual nightmare. We still have a lot of HP, which is something, but, you know, we don't have much else. Duplicate your money. Teleport to the boss room. Here we go. Gish. That's fine. I can manage Gish, I think. No, you know, I mean, you can probably tell just from my voice. I don't know how evident it is, but, you know, all my hope and optimism, gone. I feel like I'm being memed right now. It was only just a meme. But, like, this is unreasonable now. Having to fight Peep and then being rewarded with Breath of Life after having a recording fail and then picking up 9 lives and having it ruin a perfectly good Hush run. This is too much for a Sunday morning, man. This is gonna weigh on me during stream. Everyone's gonna be like, Jack, why are you so miserable while you're streaming today? Why? Because I've had one of the most depressing Isaac recording sessions of my life. As long as we win this run, somehow, it'll all be worth it. We just need to not lose the run. I don't care about getting Hush anymore. It's not gonna happen. This just isn't a Hushable run. We found, like, no pills. This was the upsetting thing. I think this was why we lost out on that last Hush run. Was that I'd picked up, like, half a dozen health up pills. And then, like, equally half a dozen tears up pills. Which is, like, they're the best 2 pills. That's amazing. But this run, we found nothing so far. We're, like, 3 floors deep. 4 floors deep. We found it was a good thing we got we got Little Gish, the Fat Fly, and Tiny Planet. Thank goodness. All right, that's enough out of you. Like, what does Breath of Life do? You know, what does it actually do? I have no earthly idea. Does anybody? I could not possibly tell you. And this isn't like a bit. This isn't a joke. I'm not like, oh, it's so bad I don't know what it does. I genuinely have no idea what it does. I activate it and the bar goes down, but nothing's happening. But I can still take damage from stuff. I don't know. It's not protecting me. Champion belt can bite me. What else have I been up to? Yeah, I mean, the Simpsons joke I was gonna mention. I've just remembered I was halfway through that thought. So the one of the really big ones in the Simpsons that I remember, I found out about this joke, and I was just stunned by how genius it was, and like, you know, this had it like it's evidence. I don't know. It feels very human, this comedy, because it feels like someone had learned this at some point on the writing team and was like, this is hilarious and no one's gonna get it. Which feels that feels incredibly human to me, that someone would write a joke intentionally so that like on an incredibly famous show as well, so that no one would get it. But the joke was, I think Ned Flanders was bringing everyone to, I think it was like the left-handed Emporium or something like that. There's a whole thing about being left-handed. And he is introducing people to this left-handed Emporium, and he says, I have a very sinister reason for bringing you here. And I think, you know, people are like, oh my god, sinister, what could he be thinking? And then he reveals that it's the left-handed Emporium or whatever, the lefty Emporium or something. And the joke is that once upon a time, sinister was a word to meaning it meant left-handed. If you were left-handed, you were sinister. I mean, who's gonna get that? Reroll all enemies in the room, try to reroll them. This is a nightmare. I'm getting nothing. You gotta give me something at some point, you know? We have 16 keys. I'm just gonna open all three of these. Let's go. I'm gonna open this one too, because I have excess, because I'm a material girl. Material girl. Get me out of this hellscape. I want to be gone from here. This is the first time that I've been doing an Isaac run. This is maybe the first time I've done an Isaac run ever. And all I've wanted was for it to be over, and not in a loss. I've had Isaac runs where I'm like, I can just reset. Like, I want to win this run, but I want so badly for it to just end. If I died now, it would be an incredible heartbreak, because it means for the first time, we have 2 episodes where I'm just losing back-to-back. Which so far hasn't happened. We usually go on a bit of a win streak and then take an L. In fact, we're already on 2 episodes of me losing back-to-back, because I frickin' died in the one that the only one that I didn't lose. I lost the recording. So we already have 2 episodes of me dying back-to-back. Who cares? This is the dark arc for me. This is my angry arc. Hopefully come Monday, I'll be back to my old self. But yeah, for today at least, you're getting miserable, Jack. Ow. I'm like, it's bleak because I'm thinking about how much more run there is left to go, you know? There's still so much left. Give me something huge here. A 6 is kind of what I wanted. Like, a 6 here would have been so hype. Just re-roll my entire build into something wild and just go crazy. Unfortunately not. Open you. 2 red hearts, whatever. Oh my god. Sorry, I went real quiet there. I'm seething. I'm just seething with rage at the moment, don't mind me. What else could I talk about? I mean, the stream's coming up tonight. I've been trying to decide what else to do on the stream. If you have any ideas, let me know. But it's got to be fun. It's got to be watchable, clippable, shippable. I don't want to be. I don't want to accidentally get myself locked in as like a bad Super Mario 64 speedrun streamer. I want to make sure I maintain that variety status. Not that I think my, final brand is of major concern right now. That's why all of my assets are made in MS Paint. But, yeah, let's use this now just in case, because I don't know how much health I have. Yeah, I thought as much. We have 19 Mr. Mega Bombs, which is something. Maybe I could hush with 19 Mr. Mega Bombs. Who knows? I'm out of here. I just gotta know. Okay, it just gives us 5. That's not that exciting. We do have, like, no damage now, I think, though. Maybe we can run right up on someone and just hit him with, like, 5 shots, though. I can't believe it doesn't give you, like, 7 shots. What's that all about? Let's do this. Okay. Means we can open the shop and take a look in there. This is a letdown. I mean, I might do some Vanguard. I don't know if I... oh, I was talking about Mario 64 because I have my new controller. So it seems like it would be wasteful to not do a little bit of Mario 64 on stream now that I'm not having to battle with the Joy-Cons all the time. Because that, I mean, was an... I didn't realize it at the time. It's one of those situations that I find happens a lot. When you get, like, material objects, like... You know, especially for, like, gaming stuff, like controllers, monitors, all of that jazz. You don't notice there's a problem until you upgrade from the problem. That, like in this case, I didn't know the Joy-Cons were causing me so many issues with certain movements until I got rid of the Joy-Cons, and now I'm like, oh, actually, this game is way easier now. I just, like, I have to get used to the new button feeling, because the buttons they're maybe not quite as tactile. But, all in all, like, the triggers and the bumpers are way nicer. I've definitely already talked about this, but, like, listen. I'm not in an improvisational mood right now. I'm sulking. Any sulkers in the chat? Right here? I am, like, I will sulk about anything. I take pride in it almost. I mean, I say I take pride in it. I'm always talking myself out of it. I'm always talking about technicalities when it comes to things like that. Someone's like, stop sulking, and I'm like, well, I'm not sulking because if I was sulking, why would I bother just sitting here? It's because I want the attention. If I were gonna go sulk, I'd go sulk somewhere else. You gotta sulk where people can see you. Give me the negative. Yeah. That's weird. I thought I'd done Satan on Kane, but I guess I haven't. Wow, we do not have a lot of health. Hey, guess what? I don't know if this run is going to go anywhere exciting. I think we're on to 3 wins and a loss. This is the loser arc. But, I mean... Hold on. There we go. It was a little risky, but I'm fine with my choice. Like, I will say as well, what probably didn't help was taking triple shot and then quad shot. I had to do it. When the run is already this bad, you just kind of have to experiment, you know? See what works, what doesn't. That was my bad. I waited 28 minutes for this? Listen, man, I waited 2 hours for this. How do you think I feel? Gimme. Really? Not even like a full heal? Couldn't even do me the one kindness of like trapping me in this run for a little bit longer? So that it could at least be a win. Ooh. Let's see what's in here. Skeleton key, huge. Gonna unlock a ton of doors here in the womb with that. I'm real mad, I'll be honest. I don't know if this is like... maybe actually the maddest I've been so far. Hard to say, I know there was another episode where I tried to make that claim. Is this madder than that? I couldn't really tell you. It's possible. This is unfortunate. Oh wait, I could do this? What are my plans for the rest of the day? I think I talked about it a little bit in one of the previous episodes, but I do have to I'm gonna have to think about what I'm streaming today and then do the streaming. I was gonna try and make a TikTok, but I just don't think I'll have time. I definitely need to like do some cleaning and tidying. That is for sure on the list. I've been thinking about ways to get myself to spend more time in my living room. Because I spend a lot of time in my bedroom right now, for obvious reasons. And I would like to... I used to keep my plants in here, and that was fine, but I keep them in the living room now. And I feel bad that they used to get, like, a ton of attention, because I'd be sat literally, like, a foot from them. They would be in line with my face, so it was like I was always talking to them. And now I'm just not. Now I'm just in a different room. I go in there sometimes, but not nearly as much as I used to. I've been thinking a good one might be to get a second dock for my Switch. Because I have one dock in my room that is plugged into my computer so that I can stream, you know, Mario 64 and all that jazz. But I now am thinking of getting a second dock to put in my living room so that I can just, you know, grab the Switch and move it in there without having to worry about unplugging stuff, plugging it back in, blah, 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 blah. It's, and then that way, I might do what I did once upon a time, I think a lot of people did, back at, like, the start of the first lockdown, which was weaponize Animal Crossing as a means of giving yourself a little something to do as a breakout from your day. So in my case, you know, I'm like, oh, I gotta go do my Animal Crossing chores, I'll go sit in the living room. Am I just staring at a screen and playing video games still? Yes. But, like, that's why I'm in my room. The least I can do is make myself do exactly that in a different room. It's a start, and then once I'm used to doing that, I'll start, like, coming up with some slightly more interesting stuff to do in the other room. Maybe. Hard to say. And there it is. It was going to happen at some point. This run was never going to be a win. It was just a little bit too scuffed. I'm stretching out. Anyway, I'm very sorry we've been on a bit of a depressing streak lately. I guess I'm just not on form this weekend. Hopefully I'm back in my right mind tomorrow so we can get back onto some good win streaks. It's a shame this is happening after a month. But that said, how many days does January have? I always forget. Do we have a 31st? So we have maybe one more day of crap, and then come Feb 1st, we're in the mix, man. We're gonna make some crazy stuff happen. Anyway... Wait, this is the 31st. Okay, so this was it. This is the end of the depressing streak. January, the lamest month, is over. And we start February, the first Polga's month of the year. And hopefully a lot of good things will come to us. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.